Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback, hello. Roger Vick, Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand what the draft's all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
Yeah! All right, everybody, we are back. I got to change this background again, Dom. I told myself I would do it. I wouldn't forget in the middle of the intro, but I forgot. That's how it goes. How you doing there, Dom C?
I'm okay, Bean. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm here. I got my mason jar soup. Couldn't find a bowl.
Who made that soup?
A couple of noodles made the soup.
Cup of noodles. I thought you were going to say your mom came over. She don't like it when her Domenico is sick.
Yeah, no, normally it would be that case. I have been known to whip up a mean soup, but this was like, hey, I need something warm. I'm shivering. Yeah. I went for the cup of noodles, and I couldn't find soup crackers, man.
Oh,
my wife thinks I'm a weirdo. What's your default soup crackers?
I'm all about crackers.
Yeah, if it's not soup crackers, it's saltines. And
saltines, but they get soft quicker than the soup crackers.
I went Cheez-Its. That's like a saltine. Yeah, thank you.
Well done. I'm going to do a poll, see if we approve of Cheez-Its in the soup. Well, I hope you feel better. You can hear it in your voice. Dom C, but I'll tell you what. Look what he's doing here, guys. Dom C has had the flu run rampant through his homestead there, and now it's got him, and he's still here for the 10 o'clock mock, which is what this show is, everybody. Tonight's 10 o'clock mock will be sponsored by the one and only Mando, everybody, and we'll be talking about that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give away this brand new, unused Mando 72-hour, all-natural, whole-body deodorant. Every super chat gets entered to win. You give me your way. We'll pick the winner at the end, and I'm going to send this one to you. I love it. This is Mount Fuji scent, Dom. And we'll get into Mando a little bit later, but all super chats will be entered to win the Mando gift pack for you. But guys, we are here at the 10 o'clock mock. I'm GreenBean, and that is Dom C, as we talked about before, the sick yet persevering Dom C. We just finished up the Ryan solo show tonight on the Jets Talk 24/7 at 8 to 9. Then Tigo and Ryan did their mock using the similar theme on the Talking Jets Network. And now here we are right here, Dom C and GreenBean in your face. And our theme tonight, Dom, are you ready for this?
Let's hear it. Break it to me.
The theme for the night, guys, the New York Jets are going to slide all the way out of the first.
What?
That's what we're going to do.
Out of the first round completely.
That's right. There's a lot of smoke. It's been everything from the Jets are aggressively trying to trade up to the first overall pick to, oh, my God, the Jets just signed a quarterback to, oh, my God, the Jets really love to Ted McMillan. Oh, my God, the Jets are going to go defense. Holy cow, the Jets are in love with the tight end. Wait a minute. Membu screamed when he ran his 40. The Jets are in love with Armand Membu. They're going to go right tackle. So we don't know, but what they're really doing is they realize this is the year to get it all done, to fill these holes. I want as many darts as I can to throw at the balloon at the carnival and win my daughter a little plushy balloon, a stuffed animal from the balloon pop. So I'm going to get as many darts as I can this year. We're going to fill.
Not only this year, GreenBean, but you can also load the chamber up for next year.
Right? And why would I want to load the chamber for next year?
Well, let's see. The North Cellars, possibly Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Allar,
A
just
whole
to name
bunch
a
of
few,
what we
right?
call quarterbacks, Dom C.
Right.
Isn't that right? Now, I want to apologize. I got a new pair of glasses I saw it in when I replayed a video. I realized they're much better for me, but they're glary. You see that? My last glasses didn't catch the light in the same way. So I apologize. There are people that give me messages sometimes, go, hey, your glasses, I can't watch your videos. I can't get past the glare in your eye. So, I mean, to each their own, but I don't mean it. And I apologize in advance for all that stuff. But let's say hello to some people in the chat, Dom. I'm hot. I gotta
Go for
take
it,
off
man.
my Talking Jets hoodie here and get it right. Well, let's do this. Let's say hello to first. Let's see who was in here.
Who's in here first? Who was in here first?
E-Boogie came in hard with all the stream beaner emojis. If you want to help support the channel and join the fun as well, some exclusive private content, the free emojis and the free super chats, you can join the stream beaners. The join button is right below the video there. E-Boogie came in with a whole mess of them. You don't see him when I hit him on StreamYard here, my thing, but you can see him in the chat. Thank you, E-Boogie. E-Boogie's one of my staunchest supporters and for a long time, so I'm very grateful for E-Boogie's presence. Right after that was Ant Jets came in. The Ant-Man is back. Good to see you. Money Mitch is here. EV Zoni's here. Duncan McLean's in the house. RJ McPott, Curly Norman, Hennessy coming in with the first super chat of the night. Like I said, all super chats will be entered to win a gift from the one and only Mando. I only used it twice. It was good for you. But yeah, so we'll do that. Hennessy checking in, Dom. He says, I hope Glenn and Mooj know something we don't. And that is a play on that intro video.
Absolutely. You know what they know? They know they don't like old has-been players because they're cutting all the old. They're cutting all the old heads, right?
That's what they're doing,
making them young.
If there's one thing, look, we still got to learn these guys, right? We don't know anything. We like to believe they're going to do this or do the other thing. All we do know so far is they want to get younger. The old guard has left the building. That includes some greats like C.J. Mosley, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, others like Morgan Moses and Solomon Thomas and all those guys. They're gone, Dom C. They're gone.
I know we want to get into this draft, but I got to ask you one question. I was having this debate with some folk on Twitter the other day. Was C.J. Mosley here long enough to earn the Ring of Honor?
No way. I don't think so. No.
Captain for 5 years? All 5 years?
No. Yeah, he might have been a captain. He was signed in 2019, was it? 19.
19 was the first year. He's supposed to come, and then
he played 3 quarters of that year. Then he came back a little bit later, played a couple plays, re-injured it, and so he was out the first year. Mm-hmm. Then he took the COVID year, and then so that was 2021, I believe. He came back, and he 2021, 22, 23, 24, 4 years. He was great, but was he great? He made one All-Pro, second team. He made a pro. I mean, look, it's not to take away. I just don't think he was here long enough to do it. It's no shot. If he had 7 years of that, maybe. You can't get in the Ring of Honor with a 4-year Jets career. That's my thoughts on the matter, Dom.
Fair enough.
Sounds like I
disagreed with you.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm picking up that we don't agree on this one. E-Boogie checking in. Yes, I love it. Well, we love you, brother.
He's talking about your crazy trade out of the first round thing.
Oh, okay.
And before we get into it, too, guys, remember, do we really think that the Jets will entertain a trade out of first round? Well, who knows? Maybe, but probably not.
Probably not.
It's a scenario that we're just throwing out there just to, if nothing more, it gets new and different names up on the board, right? I mean, how many times?
This is going to be exactly for that point, Dom. It's going to be very interesting for the names that we see tonight.
Yeah.
And what's the whole purpose of this? The whole purpose is to see what scenarios present and, dare I say, maybe even educate ourselves. We have no one better than Dom C. There's no one better to have in the house than the great Dom C. So it's an opportunity for us to learn about those fringy guys. Maybe we haven't had an opportunity. Now, look, we don't do this for a living. We don't have all day to sit there and dissect stuff. So, having this opportunity to be forced to look at it, some of these linebackers, the guy out of Notre Dame, his name's escaping me. I forget his name.
Jack
Kaiser, right? Love Jack Kaiser. And we would never talk about him, right? So that kind of stuff. Let me see. I had another one here. Where was it?
While you do that, I'm gonna get the simulator ready. Okay.
Right. Money Mitch. Yeah, you do that. Money Mitch says, just wanted to say what's up. Well, what's up to you? Again, all super chats tonight will be entered into the drawing at the end of the show. Let's see. We had Duncan McLean. But nope, Jimmy Jets first. GreenBean with the motivational monologue. You like that?
He did.
Talking about maybe it was the chicken soup. I think it was Dom C's chicken soup story. That's what it really was.
Cheez-Its and the chicken soup. Cheez-Its and the chicken soup.
Cheez-Its and the chicken soup, everybody. So this is really great. It's a great start. Bearded checking in. How much did Warren benefit from Millar and good play calling? Watch tape and seems like he was open a lot. Skill versus scheme, good, versatile player. Dom, on that note, like, what do you think? You think one benefited the other, or is Tyler Warren is he standing alone, or is he like a success story because of the system, so to speak?
Well, listen, the offensive system at Penn State has historically not been very good to pass catchers. I mean, they're just it hasn't been a breeding ground through these past few years with this coach to really put up good offenses. It's been much more of a defensive focused team. Now, again, Warren benefited because he was really the focal point of the offense, right? They had some good running backs. They had a couple good running backs that shared the ball, but I think Tyler Warren got over 42% of the target share of anything in the air. They didn't throw the ball outside of the wide receivers a whole bunch. Tyler Warren was a weapon. So I don't know if one fed into the other. Allar had a really, really bad 2023. This year he did make some improvements, but he wasn't there yet. I believe it or not, I think the right decision for him was to go back to school. So we'll see. I if I was Drew Allar, I would have went back to school and probably hit the transfer portal for that 1 year. Get into a school that will let me to open up my arm talent and really show up.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. Guys like Jeremy, Jets Chaos, and Tony the GM, big Allar guys, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
So now let me break into the rules real quick. So there you go, Bearded. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. The rules of engagement tonight. As you know, we have a theme each week. We adhere to the theme as best we can to kind of govern how we're going to approach this draft. Now, what we'll do, Dom and I, when we get to our pick, we'll kind of dissect a few ideas, put a bunch of players on the board for you guys. We will drop the poll. You have 3 minutes to vote on your favorite choice. That will be the player that we select. So you guys make the decisions. Once we get later in the draft, we trim it down to 2 minutes to try to speed it up a little bit. But I will tell you guys, I have a flight. I have to leave for a flight at 4 a.m. So we're going to be rocking tonight. And I got to be very conscious, Tom.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and preemptively shorten those times?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I feel like we're already 17 minutes in and I haven't even started anything. So you know how I am. I just keep going. Yeah, so those are the rules.
We're all set here.
Yeah.
I got the Jets picked. I got 7 rounds.
I
don't want to put the
there it was. You had it up. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to put the speed right in the middle, right? We don't want it to be turbo in case we want to trade.
Yeah.
And then all this stuff is set, so we're going to enter. All right, so the first question is do we want to force or initiate the trade to go down? Or do you want to let it happen organically at 7? GreenBean.
Let's shake it up. Let's make our trade.
Okay.
So let's get out of here.
All right.
It will be. You know what? Let's wait till 7 because then it's going to be interesting to see who would be there. I don't care. Let's just do the trade. I'm sorry. I'm a little.
Which one do you want?
Let's make our trade. So, guys, we'll see where we are. We're gonna trade out of the first tonight. So that'll get us something for next year, you know. So we're gonna get some goodies tonight, and we'll also be able to bolster our draft status for next year. Maybe if Justin Fields flops, we'll have some ammo to move up next year.
So what we can do here, and this is my suggestion, you GreenBean, is I can initiate a trade somewhere in this area. 17, 16, 17, 18, and then let that board come and then try to get out of the first round completely. We might have more luck doing it that way. Is that what you're looking at?
Okay, let's do that. So let's trade somewhere in the middle. So what do we got? We got Tennessee at, where are they?
We're the Jets. We're at 7. And let's say
we're the Jets.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay looks nice, and I like the number 19.
All right, we're going to trade to 19, everybody. What are we getting, Dom?
Well,
now, I'm going to tell you, I dropped a poll in the chat about CJ Mosley. While you're doing that, I'm going to end the poll and see what everybody else thinks. See if they agree with me or you.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm just going to, just to make sure I'm kind of close, let's look up the draft value chart. The old Jimmy Johnson, if you will, right?
Now, E-Boogie says trade with the Giants. Go out of the round entirely. Just go right to the Giants.
Well, the Giants are going to trade up from second round to 7.
Imagine that. They have pick 3 and 7.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. All right, let's see what Tampa Bay's here. So 19 is 875 plus 370. So that's 3 and 8 is 11. You got about 1250 there. Yeah, it's going to take 2 1s and 2 2s, it looks like.
2 firsts and 2 seconds. I like it. So a second this year, a second next year, a first next year?
A first and a second this year, a first and a second next year.
There you go. That's an easier way to say it.
I mean, that's probably a little strong, but I mean, just for sake of arguments, it's our trade. We can make it however we want.
Yeah, and it's next year's stuff. So we got to get that second for this draft.
Oh gosh, I forgot to hit.
What happened?
Well, I got to restart this real quick. Sorry.
What happened? What'd you forget to do?
I didn't do the trade. I guess I can do it now, right?
You could. Yeah, let's see. Let's do it. So let's see who went. Look, Membu went right before us. Will Campbell went right before us.
Instead of hitting force trade, I hit start draft.
Wow.
So Abdul Carter, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Armand Membu. It's not unrealistic.
No, that's interesting too, because it does leave Shedeur Sanders, it leaves Tet McMillan, it leaves Tyler Warren.
And we have 3 teams interested in trading up. Chicago, Seattle, and Houston.
What do we got? And I'll tell you real quick, 60% of the people in the chat said no, CJ Mosley, not enough. 39% said yes. So I think it's more of a time thing, Don, but go ahead.
I mean, we can force a Tampa Bay trade again, or we can do it with one of these. I mean, Tampa Bay was 19, Seattle's 18, Houston's 25. Let's see what Houston's got here to offer.
Yeah, and while you're looking at that,
58.
Matthew Malavey says, I missed the beginning. Is this a rumor that the Jets might want to do? I like the extra picks, but out of the first round entirely? And he has to face multiple ones. No, it's not a rumor. We are just, as we do, Matthew, we're just creating a different theme every week that'll force us to look at the draft through a different lens. So that's what we're doing here tonight. Tonight, we're going to get out of the first entirely.
Yeah. So this is the Houston. It's the same thing. It's 2 1s and 2 2s.
To go back to 20, why are we giving him our third? Yeah, we go. Leave that off.
Yeah, but it's not going to be accepted. So I got to force it.
We're going to force it. That's perfect.
Perfect.
So we got to what pick are they? I'm sorry.
25.
25. All right. We're almost out of here.
Yeah.
Where's Shedeur Sanders? Look at Jahad Campbell. I got into a whole debate with people of
he tore his labrum.
Did he?
Might not be ready for the start of the season.
Oh, that's brutal.
Right?
You might be able to grab him later then.
Oh, you damn right.
One of these really good, solid teams are going to grab him.
Shedeur Sanders went 21 to the Steelers. And we got 2 trades up on the board, and they want us to go out of the first round. Jacksonville wants to come up.
What do they want to give us?
Well, we can ask for whatever we want. We can ask for a 1, a 2. Well, let's see what the value is. 36 and 70 here, GreenBean. And then let's start drafting. 36 is worth 540. 70 is worth 240. So that's 780. And we have 25, which is 720. 36 and 7, or what's 88 worth here? 88 here is 150. So 150 and 540 is 690, and it's 720.
Yeah.
So why don't we take 36 and 88?
There you go. So there you go. We're out of the first round.
And we'll take one of these suckers next year. How about that?
There you go.
Boom.
There you go. That's what it's going to take.
And we're out of the first round, guys.
All right, guys. So let's see what's going on here. This is going to be really interesting.
And we're on the clock.
Go on.
Well, no, I just said we're on the clock.
All right. So I'll remind you guys, all Super Chats tonight, get into the drawing to win a beautiful 72-hour all-natural deodorant from our sponsor tonight, Mando. So get those in before we pick. We'll do one more Super Chat. Sodak checking in. Thoughts on the Dart Jets first round rumor via McShay and others. If I'm Woody and Muji tells me he wants to start in the first, I'm firing his ass. Yeah, I think it's just, look, it's every week. It's funny. I had somebody say to me, well, the best person in the, one of the best draft analyzers out there says this. I said, yeah, what did he say last week? You know what I mean? What do you say the week before that? They got to keep it interesting. They know if they say the Jets are taking a quarterback in the first, we're going to go ballistic. I think it's highly unlikely, Sodak. Highly unlikely. I agree with you. No effing way, buddy.
So, GreenBean, after our trades here, here's what we're left with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got 3 second-round picks, 36, 42, 58. We've got 2 third-rounders, 73 and 88. We've got a 4th. We've got 2 5ths and 2 6ths. 10 total picks gives us availability. If we want to move around and play and move up,
right,
we got ammo to do it.
We can move up a little bit. All right. Well, where are we now?
Well, we're at pick 36, and our needs are still the same, which is everything, right?
Right.
Tight end, wide receiver, offensive tackle. On the offensive side, I think those are the 3 most pressing, and on the defensive side, safety, defensive interior, and edge, I'd say, are probably the 3 most.
All right. So let's take a look at the tight ends. I mean, Demetrius Knight's there, great linebacker that I like a whole bunch.
Yes, he's your type of linebacker,
yeah,
too.
I love him.
Yeah, so listen, I don't know. I personally don't think this is too high for Mason Taylor. I know the rankings are going to think so. This is not, this is just Trevor Sycamores' overall rankings. That's how he does. That's how these rankings are set.
Yeah, we'll get an F, but it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So if you want to go tight end, I think you put Mason Taylor on there. I think he's the guy. You want to go tackle, right?
Yeah, let's look at a tackle.
All right. Now, couple names here.
That's my guy.
Ursery's, that they set up a 30 meeting with him.
Yep.
So he's there. Now, Josh Connerly happens to be my guy. He's my top-rated tackle in the class. Full disclosure, we're not putting both of them, so that's fine. We don't have to do that. Ursery has some right tackle experience. Josh Connerly, I believe, doesn't. I mean, these are 2 of the guys that I think can come in and play left tackle. I think Ursery's built to play right tackle a little bit more, if I'm being honest.
All right, we'll put him on. I'm gonna that name is in. I don't know, how do you pronounce this for Ariante?
Ariante, yes.
Ariante Ursery. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then on the defensive side, right? Let's look at the defense. What did he say?
I do want to take a look at wide receiver too when we're.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about wide receiver. We should do that. Yes. Jaden Higgins.
Let's throw Jaden.
I like Ayo Maynor, but I like Higgins better than Ayo Maynor a whole bunch.
Yeah. We'll put Jaden Higgins up there. It's going to be a tough one.
Leave those 3.
I'm going to do exactly, because I feel like it's going to get diluted. All right, so guys, we got our first poll coming up right now. You know the drill. Get your votes in. It's the only way that this thing works. Have your voices heard. I'm going to start this timer. We get 3 minutes on the button, and it starts right now.
And it's funny because everyone's talking at 7. Is it going to be wide receiver? Is it going to be tight end? Is it going to be tackle? Well, guess what? We're doing the same goddamn thing here, just different names.
That's right, different names. And interestingly enough, though, it's a weird draft where I just might like some of these guys right here just as much as I like, or right under how much I like some of the guys that would be available earlier. Even if we slid back to like 15 or something like that, like these are guys that I'd be delighted with grabbing.
Oh man, are you kidding me? Like if Josh Connerly or one of these guys, or I mean, we just missed out on Colston Loveland. I mean, if one of these guys slipped through, even a guy like Tyleek Williams, right? Like if you
I love Tyleek Williams.
If you trade down and get 3 seconds and 2/3, you can then plug away at a 2-down guy like Tyleek Williams without hesitation.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, too, is like we did a lot of work in free agency on the defensive tackle position. Not to say that we can't draft one, but I do think that it pushes it from that first 2 rounds area. Like, when guys want to grab, Mason Graham, again, great player. You're not going to be unhappy with adding a guy like that. But I feel like we have lots of needs. And I don't love defensive tackles up top anyway, truly.
Yeah.
But we brought in like 3 defensive tackles. We still got Quinnen, obviously. We have LT3. So there's a nice little stable there for this year that I think you can push defensive tackle back a little bit. Love Ty Williams. But I don't know if I'd pull it. Good morning, David Bruce over there in Scotland. Welcome aboard, sir. We love David. And real quick, while we're doing this too, Matt's got a great question. Can someone explain why can't someone play right tackle or left tackle? Isn't it the same, just the other side? Serious question. So break this down, Dom.
I'm going to do this the easiest way possible. All right. And Matthew, I'm not talking at you. I'm just using you since you asked a question. Serious question. Have you ever broken your hand? Jeb GreenBean. I know you've had a boxer's.
Oh yeah, see the slices and dices.
Yeah. So and that's your dominant hand.
Oh yes.
Have you ever tried to wipe your ass with your other hand?
Huh?
How hard is it to wipe your ass with your other hand?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's not an easy thing.
Okay. But it's the same thing, just the other side, right?
Yeah.
Listen, the truth be told, I mean, I meant what I said there. It is the same thing, other side. It's not as easy. It's different muscle memories. It's different movements. It's a different order of things. There's what is that beeping? Is that me or is that you?
That's definitely not me.
I don't know what's beeping.
I don't hear anything.
It's weird. So yeah, it's just a matter of training your body to move in a completely separate way. Somebody who's right hand dominant might settle with their power on their right side, which would make them truly a right side tackle. You have to learn how to do it the opposite way, right?
Right.
When you have 300 pounds of man coming at you and you have to use your non-dominant side to plant and save off. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. It's backwards.
Completely different position. Exactly.
Yeah, it's backwards.
It's like breaking your hand and trying to wipe your ass.
Yeah, there you go. I like that one. So the poll is over, guys. Jaden Higgins took 56% of the vote, Sam. So that's going to bring him aboard. Ursery came in second with 40%. Mason Taylor got a paltry 3%.
Wow.
I'm surprised. Well, I think they just look. Higgins and Ursery are solid. You know what I mean? So, and everybody's kind of got Mason Taylor in that 3rd round mindset, I think. But we got another pick right about now, don't we, Dom?
We do. And since we took where did he go? Since we took Jaden Higgins, Alec O'Manor came off the board. TJ Sanders, also known as Bull Rush McIntyre, off the board. Landon Jackson, great defensive end, off the board. Tyleek Williams, GreenBean's guy, off the board. And Josh Connerly, the true left tackle to Chicago. So we're back on the board, guys.
All right, I'm going to throw – I like Xavier Watts.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ursery still there? I'd love to put him up there. He got 40% of the vote if he's still around.
He still is there.
There he is. All right, I'm just putting his last name for you guys.
Ursery, Watts, and what else, GreenBean? Let's look at the edge rushers.
All right, let's take a look. I don't want to ignore tight end.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We can,
But no,
we can
where
do
are
that.
we? Print. Yeah, okay.
There's tons of edge rushers. This is such a deep class. You got time. You want to put a
Okay.
tight end there? Put a tight end there.
Let's take a look. Is Mason Taylor still there?
Every single guy that was there is still there.
All right, let's throw Mason Taylor up there again. He got 3% last time. If he, he saw, we'll do 3 bangers tonight.
Yeah, that's
There
fine.
you go. So it's coming. Pick 42 poll is up. Everybody get your votes in. The timer starts now. And Hennessy saying, I love the trade back twice. Give me 5 or 6 starters. Let's see if we can do it. I think we got one in Jaden Higgins, especially because we don't have any wide receivers. What do you think of that madness that Garrett Wilson isn't in the top 45 wide receivers in the NFL? 9 quarterbacks, 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, Wilson catches, and he's not. I mean, I love when they say these guys, like there are rookies with 600 yards and they're above them. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, you just see it. They know that doing that's going to get us into a frenzy. We get all lathered up, and that's what it's all about, guys. I think it's complete horseshit.
Yeah, frankly. I don't read too far into it for sure. Like I actually like, what's that guy's name? Kirk Benghart, whatever his name is. Like, I like some of the stuff he does. He teaches the game of football from a quarterback's eyes really well. And it's cool. GreenBean, I don't know if you ever watched any of his YouTube stuff. He does it through Madden. He'll break down defenses and stuff like that, and he'll do it while playing Madden. Show you, oh, look, this is a too high shell. So my read as a quarterback, my progression is going 1 to 2 to 3.
That's cool.
It's
see, he does it in a language that people understand.
Absolutely.
Right? Not me, but everybody else does. I don't play that game because I can't keep up with these kids anymore. But RJ McPot checking in says, is there a George Fant in this draft? Right tackle, tight end? Any of those guys?
You know what? There's Willie Lampkin. He's not a right tackle tight end, but he might be a he might be a interior lineman / tight end / fullback. 5'10", 279 pounds. I love Willie.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe. Yeah, George Fant was an interesting one, man. He was catching passes as a tight end in Seattle. Remember that shit?
Do you remember the biggest catch that came from a tackle playing tight end?
Oh, yes. Jumbo Elliott?
Uh-huh.
Was he playing tight end, though? I think he just came in. I think he's
tackle eligible. Tackle eligible, yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. And he almost dropped it.
Yeah.
I was at that. Were you there?
I was there. I wasn't there
great.
For the play because we were one of the many who long left. We were at what was it? I don't know what it's called. It used to be Satin Dolls over there. That's where we ended up.
Yeah, now it's Bada Bings. It used to be Satin Dolls. Satin Dolls changed to Bada Bings because of that, very wisely, with the Sopranos hubbub going on. Ricky checking in says, I still want Ty Felton later to give Glenn that speed he wants. Well, maybe we will. Will.
And Ty Felton's got a ton of that speed, man. Yeah, he's criminally being slept on.
Yeah, he's going to make some team real happy. All right, the timer is up. Let's see what happened here. And oh, wow, Ursary crushed it. 55% of the vote. Xavier Watts came in next with 25. Mason Taylor went from 3 to 19%.
Well, guess what? He can be on the board again in 12 picks.
All right, so we got, remember, because we traded out of the first, everybody, so you don't get that shot at that, what we would call blue chipper, right, in the top 10. But the benefit is we get a nice little batch in the second.
Lot of juice still here. So, guys, I will say,
what pick is this?
This is 58.
And
we do have another one coming up. So what I was gonna say is we had who do we have on the board? Xavier Watts is already off the board. And so that's it. Who was the third guy that we had on the board? Mason Taylor. Duh.
We had Mason Taylor. He's got to be gone.
No.
Arroyo's gone. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll add Mason Taylor one more time. We're not trying to force feed you, but he's a badass.
He is.
All right. Who else we got? We got our tackle. We got a wide receiver.
Listen, Kevin Winston's my guy. I think he can probably wait a little bit. I would personally jump all over him at this spot.
Let's do it. Let's put Kevin Winston up there.
Yeah.
Talk about him for a second.
Sure. Those of you who don't know Kevin Winston, you probably, I mean, listen, it could be the fact that he didn't play a lot this past year. He got hurt, injured. But you go back to 2023 and even 2022. 2022, he started half the games, the second half of the season. 23, he started all 13 games. This guy is 6'2", 212 pounds, long, explosive athlete, can flip his hips and run in man coverage. But what I like about him, he is a man's man. He's a true strong safety, a perfect complement to a guy like what we have in Andre Cisco.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, his run defense is out of this world, elite for the for this draft class. Does a good job navigating through traffic, stacking, shedding, takes good angles, hits with authority, can fit holes in the run, can blitz. He's going to be everything that you want out of a Steve Wilkes safety.
Fantastic. So we got a tight end, we got a safety. For those guys coming in late, Sean Sharp says, LOL at the trade. Remember why we do this every week. We changed the theme. Last week we traded for a wide receiver. Some weeks we do all kinds of things. The reason for it is not to say that, hey, we think the Jets are going to trade out of the first. That has nothing to do with it. It's to make us look at the draft through a different lens, see what's going on, how would we adjust as general managers of the team, and also a byproduct is that you get to learn a little bit about some players that maybe you weren't looking at in all the mock drafts. It seems a lot of the time you see a lot of the same names coming when we just stick and pick. So the reason we're doing this is to have some fun, learn a little bit, and take a little different approach to things. So that's what we're doing. Don't forget that.
And just to remind you, we've taken a wide receiver. We've taken our right tackle or offensive tackle. I'm not going to say he's automatically on the right. I would say the third position we add here, Bean, is a big fatty in the middle because you got two of them right here. And CJ West and Alfred Collins.
Yeah.
CJ West and Alfred Collins right here can fit exactly what you look for in Tyreek Williams. They're probably more two down dominant, two gapping one techs that have a lot of beef of them. What's his side? 317 for CJ West. This is PFF, so I don't know if this is official. And 320 for Alfred Collins.
Let's go with Alfred Collins.
Go ahead. That's fine.
So here we go. We're coming at you. The new poll is up for pick 58 as a dividend of our trading back. The 3-minute poll has begun. After this round, I'm going to trim the time frame. So make sure that you get your votes in, everybody. Again, the only way this works is if your voices are heard. It's an opportunity to let us know what it is that you think should be done. If people agree with you, that's the way the draft will go.
Did you start the clock, GreenBean?
Oh, yes.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us about our sponsor for the evening?
Well, yeah. So, hey, guys, we have a new sponsor for the 10 o'clock mock. I'll switch it over to this real quick. The one and only Mando, all natural, no preservatives, but all natural deodorant, none of that aluminum, all that stuff that you got. You know what, dude, Don, this is why I like them. I used to be a spray deodorant guy, right? Used to be. I haven't used spray deodorant in years. This flavor, if you will, is bourbon leather, everybody. And this is what I've been using all week. 72 hours of protection from smelling like an onion. I smell fast. I don't know about you guys. I'm what's called a man, everybody. But check this out, Dom. It's for pits, packages, and feet. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're not talking about your UPS package, everybody. They might just be saying it's appropriate. This is what we call full body spray. Now, again, this is what I'll be giving away today. I have one of these for you guys, unopened, so you can see. This flavor is Mount Fuji for pits, packages, and feet as well. Mando, all you have to do, I put the link in the description of this video. You click that link, you use the promo code GreenBean, and they're going to take $5 off your starter pack, which is 40% off, guys. Let me get the comment off so you can see it. Sorry. But yeah, Mando, we're happy that they're with us. Ryan and Matt have been using this stuff for a long time. When they invited me on, they told me, oh, you're going to love this stuff. So it's actually stuff we like. As you know, we don't like to take sponsors that we don't. And it's great when they do. So guys, Mando, get yourself a good deal. The link's in the description. The promo code is GreenBean. And again, I'm giving something away from the great Mando tonight. Every super chat gets qualified for the drawing at the end of the show, everybody. Thank you to Mando for hanging out with us. We put the mock back up for us. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I see a comment from Ricky talking about Brandon Nandi. I want to say it's Nadi, right? It's not Nandi. I want to say Namdi Asamoah. That's what I want to do. But dude, I think we got somebody there. That's a really nice get, in my opinion.
Derek Nadi. So, I mean, he fits what you want in that early down guy. I mean, the only thing, if you can say about, I mean, if you want to be a half glass empty or the glass is half empty, is that he lost reps last year in the second half of the season. That could be anything. That could just be a schematic.
That's why they lost the Super Bowl, you see.
Schematic difference. I don't know. But
that's got to be it.
Who we taking?
Right. So Mason Taylor, finally, third time's a charm for the tight end. So we grab, this is, look, still a second round pick, still higher than we've seen him go in previous mocks. But he comes in with 42% of the vote. 33% to Alfred Collins, and Kevin Winston had 23%. This poll was a little bit easier. I mean, evener, a little bit more evener.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, dude. So look at our start. Not a bad start, everybody.
Yeah. So here's our start, guys. Wide receiver, tackle, and tight end, just like normal. Just different names in different areas, right?
That's right. I don't think we've seen Ursary yet.
I don't think we've taken him. No,
that's what I mean. Us, yeah,
yeah. So we're here at 7. We're here at 73, and it looks like
Terrence Ferguson sitting right there. I don't know. I might want to go I would do it. We got 10 picks.
Yeah, listen. We need a linebacker. Pooh Paul is what he goes by. P-O-O.
Pooh Paul.
Pooh Paul. Yeah. Like
what are the linebackers we got there?
I mean, Chris Paul is definitely the best one, I would imagine, on the board here. Jeffrey Bassa still here. Yeah. Here's Kaiser, Kobe King, who seems to be a Jet fan favorite. Danny Stutzman, who is incredible, and the Jets have shown interest and met with formally at the Combine. You still have your big fatty, I think, is still there. No, he's gone.
All right, let's put Pooh Paul up there. We'll put Chris Paul,
the
linebacker. Usually look, this is right in the area where we start talking about Ozzie Trapillo, but we went tackle in the second.
That's right. We could put Winston back up there. And I'm going to throw this out there, GreenBean. I know this is probably not going to be a fan favorite, but we got to be realistic, right?
Cornerbacks.
No.
Oh, interior.
Interior offensive linemen. You have 2 guards on 1-year contracts. Maybe you re-sign them, maybe not. Maybe you build the pipeline so that when they walk, you get the comp pick, right?
Oh, I love it.
So
the guy coming in's got a year in the system.
I would absolutely put Tate Ratledge. I think Tate Ratledge is a phenomenal player. He is, even though on our team he probably won't be, but he's plug and play material. He's a guy that's going to play in the league for a long time.
Which guy was that?
Tate Ratledge from Georgia. Big old mullet too. You'll love him.
Yeah, I don't know if we're collecting mullets anymore. That was a Joe Douglas favorite. He liked that.
He sure did.
You want to throw who's the all right. We got a linebacker, we got a safety. Who's our big tackle that we got?
We got Ursary already.
No, I'm sorry, defensive tackle.
We don't have one. Our guy Alfred Collins was
who we got on the board. That's what I'm
so Shamar Turner's a 3 tech. Yeah, Joshua Farmer is he's more of a 3 tech. Jordan Phillips is a big guy. Deion Walker's a big guy, but he's a guy I'd stay away from. And then there's good old reliable Jamari Caldwell.
All right, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking him for this pick.
We can wait on
that.
Cornerbacks?
Yeah.
What edge? Elijah Roberts. I know no one knows a lot about him. Quickly becoming one of my favorites in this entire draft class. True JFM style versatility. He can play on the edge. He can rush from the inside. He's a power rusher. Something that we don't have. He's a pure power rusher that will go through the chests of guys. Interesting player, nonetheless. I like Elijah Roberts a whole heck of a lot.
I could throw Elijah Roberts up there for edge. And let's look at I don't know. Let's throw
the cornerbacks. We'll look at the cornerbacks.
Yeah, but Kobe Bryant. I'm going to throw Terrence Ferguson up there.
Another tight end?
Yeah, another tight end. I know it's a little bit, but again, we had 3 seconds, no first, 3 seconds, 2/3. So you can do some stuff, man. Like we don't have it. Tyler Conklin, as you know, is now gone.
We can look at the quarterbacks too. We neglected to look at those guys. You got Milrose on the board. You got Jackson Dart still.
Milrose there, huh? Let's throw Milroe up there instead of Terrence Ferguson. All right.
Yeah.
This would be an interesting place to grab a guy like Jalen Milroe, wouldn't it?
Right?
Wouldn't it be?
Right. It's true, especially a guy like Jalen Milroe after you have a bridge like Justin Fields, who's very similar in style.
No pressure for the young kid to start. I mean, that would effectively end the what the hell is? I can't believe
quarterback in 26.
No, the kid that Travis was the kid we got. Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis.
That's why. Yeah. So I mean, but maybe you keep him as practice squad. I don't know, but it's okay. That's an upgrade. So there you go. The poll is up. Let me start the timer. Do a little bit shorter this time. Get your votes in, everybody. We only had 70-something votes last time. So we got 161 in the house on YouTube. How many we got on X now?
Let's see.
We got 215 on X. It's lopsided tonight. So hello, everybody on Twitter X. It's good to see you. Hello. So the poll is up. We got Jalen Milroe. We got Kevin Winston, the safety, Chris Paul, the linebacker, and Elijah Roberts, the edge. So we got a whole bunch of defense and a quarterback, everybody. Interesting.
Whole bunch of defense and a quarterback. And we still got tons of picks here, right? We still got another third, a fourth, 2 fifths, and 2 sixths. So we're going to be able to do some damage here, GreenBean.
Yeah, I think so. I tell you, man. So let me take a look at the comp picks right now. I got to see where Tyler Conklin is a 7th.
Yep.
Kenny Yeboah doesn't even count. They didn't put him up there. It's like they don't even. Let's see. So right now, as it looks, because Tyler Conklin and Hassan Reddick, the Jets are looking at potentially a 4th rounder and 7th rounder next year. Now, if Tyler Conklin balled out and ended up being an all-pro, that would get jacked up a bunch of rounds for us. But right now it's looking like a 7th. But that leads me to this point, which is we lost 2 tight ends. So we need 2 tight ends. Oh, we did sign Stone Smart.
We did sign Stone.
Stone Smart.
So we also lost, to no one's dismay, I'm sure, Lecky Fotu signed with the Raiders today. Let's hope they overpaid him. And maybe
let me see. Is it out?
I just saw that he signed. Listen, I'm gonna guess his number's not going to qualify. It's got to be over 3.4 million. I can't imagine somebody paid him that much.
Yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't. Yeah, his numbers aren't out yet. All right, let me end this poll. Only 54 votes, guys. I'm disappointed. I must admit. All right, here we go. Jalen Milroe with 32%, Dom.
I love it. It makes sense. We got an extra pick.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
You got extra picks, and a guy like Milroe. If you're going to draft a guy like Milroe, you don't want to throw him in there and throw him to the wolves. And we have the perfect situation with Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields. It's like 3 tiers of that athletic, dual threat quarterback. I actually love it.
So after Milroe, we lost Elijah Roberts, Chris Paul, Terrence Ferguson.
They're all gone. Look at that. And there goes Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Right in. So we got Kevin Winston. They're all gone. Look at that. So, Savion Williams, my guy.
So here we are on the board at 88, GreenBean. We have so far been all offense. A wide receiver, a quarterback, and a tackle.
Amazing. Look, Braden from New Zealand, our buddy, says just about to vote, and I pulled the rug out. Well, that's when you got to pull the trigger. He was thinking. He was like, I'm surprised.
They
Braden-
put a linebacker up there. I'm going to vote 3 times. That's what Braden said.
All right. So where are we now?
We're at 88, our last 3rd round pick. We can go anywhere we want on the defense, guys. We can go interior offense. We can go still backup tight end if you want. Gunnar Helm is still available. Jackson Hawes is still available. Harold Fannin Jr.
Yeah, they're all there. This is great. All right. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at the cornerbacks. Let's take a look at safety, see what we got.
Corner,
still there.
Corner is I don't see the value on. I'm not even just going by these ratings here. Noel Williams by far is my favorite guy here. I think he's a day 3 guy. I think he could probably, and in real life you'll be able to snag him in that 100 range. So I'd probably back off corner here. Let's see what they got in the safety room. You got Makuba. Andrew Makuba is a phenomenal.
I like him here. All right, we're gonna Andrew Makuba.
You can go back to the interior. Tate Ratledge is still available. Great landing spot. And then if you want to go on the
Peebles.
Yeah, you got Peebles, you got Caldwell.
3rd round's a little high for Peebles, or no?
It's cutting it close. I wouldn't be surprised if we went in the 3rd round. I wouldn't at all.
Scott Foster says, I voted for Ferguson and suddenly it became Milrow.
The edge room. I mean, David Walker's really fun prospect to watch. He's very much like Bryce Huff. I think he's going to be a pass rush specialist in the next league in the league. Olu Aladejo.
Yeah.
Really dominant physical specimen. Only been playing edge 1 year. Similar to Abdul Carter, was a converted off-ball linebacker to play edge. He's interesting.
All right, who am I putting up then?
What do you have?
Worth putting up? I got it. I got Makuba.
Makuba, Ratledge, and
give me Ratledge. What's his full name?
Tate. Tate.
That's right. Tate Ratledge.
And then why don't you double up on the tight end again?
Let's do
Gunnar Helm?
Yeah. And well, let's go. So I don't want to all right.
What else do you want?
Here.
You want
Let's
another
look at the linebackers.
Sure. Jeffrey Boss is a great linebacker.
Boss, Boss I like. All right, hold on. Which is Jeff, right?
Jeffrey, yep.
All right.
If you want to go edge rushers.
No, we're good. Here we go. It's coming. The timer's starting, Braden. Talk about Jeffrey Bossa for a minute for everybody.
Yeah, sure. So, Oregon linebacker. It's a little bit smaller than, not that he's small. He's about almost 6'3", 6'2", and 7/8. 226 pounds. He's young. He is a 4-3 Mike. He can definitely play the Will or the Sam as well. To me, I think he would be a guy. He's super athletic, right? He's going to wear the green dot. He's phenomenal in coverage, both man and zone coverage. Another guy that, can fit the run well, sure tackler. He's got some blitzing upside as well, which I think is going to bode well in this defense. He's a little bit slender, so he struggles inside the phone booth a little bit, but similar to like the same skill set as we have in Jamin Sherwood, right? More of a sideline to sideline than a inside the tackle box kind of guy. But again, the blitzing upside and the speed is something that I think this defense with Wilkes and AG is going to want. And we don't know how long Quincy's going to be here, right?
Right. That's true.
I don't imagine that Quincy's going to get a second contract.
I love that we locked up Sherwood. I mean, I hope that they can keep Quincy. But look, I like Quincy Williams. It's been years I can't shake that Quincy Wilson shit. I really love Quincy Williams, and I love the brothers and the whole thing. But I'm okay with, like, again, new staff, new everything. I'm okay with like losing some guys. And, like if Quincy wants to go and like getting some younger new faces in here, I'm not anti that either. Again, I'm not out or hoping he goes away, but like, that's why, like, I'm all about taking a linebacker this year. Like, get a guy in the house, and who knows what Zaire Barnes is.
That's
I don't
right.
really know.
We forget about Zaire Barnes, who was injured all last year.
All right. So the poll is over. I see Braden got in, so that's good. I know where he voted. Oh, this is somebody mopped the floor here. Makuba is the pick.
Good pick. Very good pick in Makuba. I mean, he gives you versatility. He's a little bit undersized. He's 190 pounds, 195 pounds, maybe. Was dominant at Clemson, transferred to Texas, was dominant at Texas. He's played all over the place. He's played nickel corner. He's played, as a post, too high safety. He's played straight away center field. You're talking about a guy that has short area quickness, elite athleticism, and plays with his hair on fire, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of guy you want around. Danger Zone checking in says 60 cents after YouTube and Uncle Sam just for being you. Thanks, buddy. I know that's the thing. You guys don't realize YouTube takes 30% of everything that happens through here. And that's fucking heavy duty, man. But thank you. Guys, I want to remind you, all super chats that come in, I so appreciate the support, of course. Sincerely, we're going to be giving this guy away at the end of the show. Our sponsor, Mando, and to give you guys this amazing Mando deodorant, Mount Fuji scent. Yeah. Oh, it smells nice. I like it.
I bet
I like it.
So here we are, being at 110 in the fourth round, our only fourth round pick. The chat is asking to double up at wide receiver. So let's see what we got here.
It's time. It's time. I agree with the chat. What pick is this? I'm sorry, 110?
Yeah. So you got Isaiah Bond. Yeah, he's not my favorite. He's not my favorite wide receiver in the class. I'm just going to be honest, guys. He's not. Torrey Horton's really, really interesting. He just hasn't stayed healthy for 2 consecutive seasons.
Yeah,
if he did, I think he's a top 50 player. But he just hasn't stayed healthy. Kyle Williams, if guys don't know who Kyle Williams is, Chris Sims, you know how he puts out his top 5 of the position?
Yeah.
Chris Sims just named Kyle Williams his number 2 wide receiver in the class.
All right.
Guy separates as good as anyone. I call him Garrett Wilson Light. That's the same stylistic.
What's his size? I'm not familiar with Kyle Williams, honestly.
Oh, no?
I haven't looked at him for a split second.
Oh, well, you better get familiar with him. Let me get his official size here. Hang on.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what all the scouts do. I'm going to look at highlights.
6 foot 186. That's what PFF has. I don't know if that's the exact measurements or not.
Let's take a look here. I want to see some highlights real quick.
Why can't I find
70 catches, 1,198 yards, and 14 touchdowns for Washington State. Oh, Look at that move. Wow. That's highlight worthy. Turned a wide receiver screen into a touchdown here, Dom.
Yeah.
That's where all the scouts, you know this, Dom. Scouts highlight reels. That's all they use.
Yeah. So there are some interesting ones, like, Kyle Williams, I think you can really consider here. And then you want, if you want to take some shots, like Pat Bryant, good, not great. He's a boundary guy. I think that's already filled with Higgins. So for me, it's probably Kyle Williams or Ty Felton here, because those guys give you a little bit
inside. Felton farther down than
they do. He's a top 80 player for me. So they have him at 192. That's just where Trevor ranks.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't worry about that. I would consider him here at this spot.
That's why, what we like to do, guys, whenever we do this, it's hard not to see, right, the rankings, but we try our best not to use the sim, like as far as their rankings go, because, then if you look, I could look right at this. If I'm at pick 110, they have a guy rated at 209 that I'm thinking taking. I could literally say, well, I know I'll get him later. That's not the way the real world works. So if you really like a guy, like it's funny, Kent Freeman saying, I'm surprised GreenBean isn't saying Nash. It's everything I have not to say Nash. But I don't know. I mean, I would, I want to shake it up. I want to talk about different guys and all that jazz. But it's funny. I almost said it. But that's the whole thing. Like I could look and say, oh, well, I can get Nash later. Like that's cheating. If we like a guy, even if it's the sim says it's 2 rounds early, you take your guy, because in the real world, when you don't and you think you're going to play that game, somebody else likes him just as much as you do, and they're going to come in and steal his ass.
Yeah. Well, Williams and Felton, if you want to go wide receiver, those are the guys I would probably push for in this spot. I mean, that speed, that separation. Felton might be a little bit one note. He might be.
Let's do this. Let's do a full wide receiver round. Ty Felton. We're going to do Nick Nash
and Kyle Williams.
That's what we're doing. Yes. We're going to get it done. Yeah, I'm going to throw Isaiah Bond up there too.
Okay.
There he goes. We got 4 wide receivers coming your way, everybody. Someone's like, but I wanted a tackle. Here we go. The timer's on. Get your votes in, everybody. Let's do it. Let's do it, everybody.
Very strong offensive draft so far.
Yeah, oh hell yeah. We have 1 defensive guy so far.
We do.
Well, I'll tell you what, in free agency, it's been predominantly defense. I mean, we got Myers, you got Stone Smart. And we got obviously Justin Fields.
Tyler Johnson, who's just a guy.
Oh, the wide receiver, right. Yeah. He's just a guy. So but like we got 3 defensive tackles. Got the cornerback,
defensive end,
safety, defensive end,
safety, right? Cornerback.
Yeah. We actually, it's so interesting because we had a very active free agency. Not to say that it's done, right? But like really, and we lost a mess of people. Just to remind you here of who we lost. I'll tell you all the guys just so you can see it. It's crazy. Look at these guys. We lost DJ Reed, Hassan Reddick, Javon Kinlaw, Morgan Moses, Tyler Conklin, Solomon Thomas, Ashton Davis, Brandon Eccles, Wes Schweitzer, Kenny Yeboah. 10 guys we lost. And we signed Justin Fields, Brandon Stevens, the cornerback, Andre Sisco, the safety, Josh Myers, the center. Jamin Davis is kind of on the list. We had him though, right?
We signed him late in the season to the practice squad, but his contract expired, so we had to
really like having him, by the way.
We forgot about him. We also forget that we also have Fedarian Mathis.
That dude, how crazy is that?
We forgot that we have
Fedarian Mathis. Well, we also brought on Chris Boyd.
Corner, he's a special teams guy.
We brought on Tyler Johnson and Derek Noddy. So not bad. All right, I'm going to end the poll. So we didn't have that big splash other than Justin Fields, but we were very active. Yeah. Very, very active. All right, here comes, I didn't even look at it. Kyle Williams takes it with 43%. Nick Nash came in second with 21. Isaiah Bond third with 19. And Ty Felton, poor little Ty Felton. Sorry, Ricky. All the way down at the bottom with 15% of the vote. Yeah,
and there goes Jamari Caldwell. Sorry, guys. We lost him.
We lost Jamari?
We lost Jamari.
So what pick is up next here?
We are at 145. We got 2 5ths and 2 6ths. 2 5ths and 2 6ths.
So what number is that? 145. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see what's on the interior defensive line. There's not a lot here that's great. I mean, I think Ty Robinson's a phenomenal player. I don't care about the ranking.
Yeah, right. We're not looking at ranking.
Yeah. I think he's a phenomenal player. Tim Smith has a little bit of size. I don't know if he's true one tech, but again, with some of the guys that we signed, and Noddy, Fedarian Mathis still there. I don't know if that's necessarily as big of a need as we're thinking about. But the backup 3 tech, other than LT3, who we know is going to play on pass downs because that's what he does, but you definitely need another guy. So I personally would throw in Ty Robinson right here.
Sorry, so I'm sorry. I was reading something. What'd you
Ty,
say?
Ty Robinson from Nebraska, defensive tackle.
Okay.
We want to get some edge depth. Nothing great there.
We got Makuba. All right. So we signed Cisco. We got Makuba. So
we have Tony Adams back, but we can use we can use another safety. And there's still some good ones here. Billy Bowman.
Billy Bowman's good.
Billy Bowman's good.
Let's take Billy Bowman.
Yeah.
And let's what about that interior of the offensive line, Dom? Who do we got?
We got some good names here. Luke Handra is severely underrated. I think he's a phenomenal player. Jonah Monheim, who's listed as a center, but he can really play all three of the interior spots. And Dylan Fairchild, also a really, really good pick. Probably have my guy way down here somewhere.
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone?
Miles Frazier. He's here.
Miles Frazier. Let's throw Miles Frazier up there.
Yes.
Now tell everybody why in one sentence.
Physically imposing and dominant. He's strong. He can move. He's arguably the best pass protector from the interior. And he's a shit kicker, man. He's strong as an ox. He reminds me so much. You remember my infatuation with J.C. Latham last year?
Yeah, totally.
Miles Frazier his play style reminds me of
well, it's so funny
J.C.
too.
Latham.
The people were saying like Latham, they had so many people had Latham like the 4th, 5th, 6th tackle. And Dom kept saying, after all, he's the guy. And what happened in the draft?
Yeah.
He was the second tackle taken. Hey, let's take a look at the linebackers.
Yes.
Is Kaiser still floating around?
Kaiser Sose. You know that? You know who Kaiser Sose is?
Yeah, I do.
No, he's gone.
All right, who do we got here? Lindbergh.
Stutzman.
Let's do Danny Stutzman. There he is.
Lindbergh's good too.
Yeah, I like him.
Really good. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. The poll is up for pick 145, everybody.
This is a fun one. This is a fun one. This is a fun selection here because you got obviously 4 different positions, but 4 different ways to really skin this cat here. You want to lock up or because Cisco's only on a 1-year deal. So Bowman could absolutely make sense. And he's really good too. And he could be the replacement. He could be the pipeline if you want to move off of Cisco next year.
That's right.
Miles Frazier, I think he's going to get my vote. I'm not going to lie.
But so far, Miles Frazier's taking it home, everybody. We got 42 votes in, got 173 on YouTube. Man, we are really lopsided tonight with X. 250 on X tonight. Wish you guys over there could vote. I still haven't figured out how to do that. And admittedly, once the stream stops, I forget that I ever wanted to. I would say every time we come back, I'm like, I think there's a way. I just don't know how to do it. I could do like polls on Twitter. You know what I mean? That would be fucking madness.
Yeah, it'd be
if I had somebody running it for me, I could do that. But 4 P's equal playoffs checks in. He says, isn't it crazy how the Jets now have the Commanders' 1st round pick in 2021 in Jamin Davis and their 2nd round pick in 2022 in Fedarian Mathis?
Yeah. Well, and I think that's, what that's a sign of? That's what happens when you change front offices and regimes, right? They get they have no alliance to the guys that the previous regime took, right? So another man's trash could be our treasure.
That's right.
Now listen,
they're doing all right.
Jamin Davis might just be, a good depth piece who comes in and a 3rd linebacker, which is fine. I tend to think that we'll get more from Fedarian Mathis.
Oh, I think so too. We loved him coming in.
Yeah.
And look, he was a 2nd round pick. And, he actually was the MVP of the Senior Bowl, if I remember correctly. That guy is something else. Him and Boye Mafe were our guys. All right. The poll is going to end. It's Miles Frazier. This is an offensive tilted draft tonight, everybody.
I love it.
While you're doing that, Ron Weiss, my friend, is checking in. I'm digging this draft, guys, except Milroe over Dart. What about Brian Piccolo? LOL. Yeah. Well, look, I think the whole thing with Dart, Milroe, and everything, look, if we're looking for that, like there's a style of quarterback, right? I don't think you can argue that Milroe his athleticism is off the charts, right? He's got all the skills. It's just like with, not to compare directly, but with Zach Wilson, he had everything that you wanted. He, like he didn't have like necessarily, Justin Fields, takeaway speed, take off and go, but he was very, very good at escaping. He started to run backwards a little bit too much, right? But he had the arm, he had everything, but he got thrown right in. Like Zach Wilson sitting for a year would have probably done very, very well for him. Well, we had Calabrese as his quarterback coach, who'd never even been a coach before other than quality control. But so we didn't necessarily set him up, but having a guy like Milroe come in with Jesus Christmas, I am so burnt. Who's our quarterback? Tyrod Taylor, Jesus, and Justin Fields in the house. It could really do wonders for a guy like Milroe. Look, and if Justin Fields ends up being the guy, that long shot actually comes through for us, that's amazing and all. And then, whatever, there's worse problems to have. But if not, then you got Milroe sitting on the bench, learning the system for 2 years, being developed, hopefully, and he can come in. That's an amazing situation. So I get it. But again, I want to remind everybody, Ron, you are now entered into the drawing. All Super Chats tonight are getting entered in to win the gift from our sponsor tonight, Mando All Natural Deodorant for your, what did it say? For pits, packages, and feet, everybody.
Have your ball sack smell like bourbon. Nothing better.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing better.
That's right.
All right. So we're here at 162, Bean. It's the last of our 5th round picks. Stutzman's still on the board. I think we gotta replay that one. I think Ty Robinson, the defensive tackle, still on the board. I think we should replay that one. And we lost Billy Bowman, but I'm looking here in the cornerback room.
All right, hold on. I'm having some issues here. Am I glitching at all to anybody? Like, am I looking spotty?
No.
I got to close some things here. I'm getting really stuck. I can't do a poll. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Let me get that out of here. Let me get this out of here. Let me get that out of here. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. All right. So we got Danny Stutzman.
Mm-hmm. We got Ty Robinson, the defensive tackle. And we lost out on Billy Bowman. Now, the safety room.
Looking slim, huh?
Well, I mean, listen. Caleb Ransaw is a nice player. If I had to comp him to somebody, I'd say it's Tony Adams. And do we need 2 Tony Adams on the board on the clock? I don't know. But RJ Mickens, on the other hand, is a guy that I really, really like. He's much more versatile. He can play up in the box. He can fit the run.
Who's this?
RJ Mickens.
Yeah, let's throw RJ up there. And, the Jets seem to like him. There's a lot of connective.
They've met twice with him already.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've warmed. Real quick, I want to show you a funny comment here. Oregon Jet says, hey, maybe Milroe can replace Brees next year because he sure as shit will never be an NFL quarterback. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's good.
I beg to differ. I don't know if he's ever going to be, Joe Montana, but I listen, the way that this worked, our quarterback room is sitting perfect for Jalen Milroe to just sit and learn. Right?
Yeah.
So go with those 3, Bean. You got the 3.
I'm gonna do that 3-banger up there. I'm gonna start the poll. All right, guys, the poll is up. They've been slim of late. We still got 170 people in the voting side of things. So I don't know why we got like 48 votes last time, Dom. What's going on out there, everybody? Come on.
They don't want to vote just so they can complain what a shit draft this was.
That's right. I didn't even contribute. You guys are dog shit. Maybe that's what it is. Ricky from New York says Stutzman is a tackling machine that's good in coverage and just makes plays always around the ball.
That's true. That's true. I love the
kind of guys that you want, man.
Yeah.
Always around the ball.
Yeah.
I tell you. Look at this guy's face. He's got linebacker all over him. I love it. I hope that's the guy you guys choose.
So interesting, while we're waiting, GreenBean, the Jets formally met for a second time now today with Quinn Ewers.
Really?
Yeah. They had an unofficial meeting at the combine, meaning he didn't meet with the entire front office, just some scouts and so on and so forth. And today they were all there at the Texas Pro Day, and they had a formal meeting before I believe they worked him out as well. Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'd say that's interesting too. I will remind you guys too, while you're here, it's a great idea to give me those milk thumbs. We only got 88 likes on this video. How are we going to know if you guys are having fun without hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel? As you guys know, I say it every week, but I'll say it again. Dom C's channel link is in the description of this video, right under the Mando ad, everybody. So make sure you show Dom C some love. If anybody deserves it, huh? It's Dom C.
I appreciate that.
All right, here we go. Ty Robinson beats out Danny Stutzman. We only had 52 votes. 100 and change didn't vote. I think if they all did, Stutzman would have won.
Listen, Ty Robinson's a good player, though.
I know, but we got so many defensive tackles. I wanted a linebacker. Think about this. So who's our defensive tackles right now? We're going to do it. Well, let's see if it's updated here. Hold on.
So, look, Stutzman's still on the board.
There we go. Danny Stutzman. Is RJ Mickens still there?
Let's see.
He is, I bet.
Yeah, he is.
So this is our first of our last two picks, guys, in the 6th round. 186. So we'll do Danny Stutzman.
Yeah.
Is RJ Mickens there?
RJ Mickens there.
And let's look at the tight ends.
Sure.
And we got an interior lineman.
You got Jalen Conyers. I really like. I think he's a really, really good blocker, and he can offer something with his hands. Luke Lackey is more receiver than he is all around. So either one of those options I'd be fine with.
Hey, you said RJ Mickens was there?
He is.
All right. Yeah, we're going to go here. The poll is up. Let's see if we can get this poll over 100, everybody. Let's get these votes in. 2 minutes. Here it goes. So look at these. Look at the defensive linemen that the Jets currently have. Let's see if they got it updated here. We got Quinnen Williams, as you know. We got Leonard Taylor III and Jay Tufele, free agent that we signed.
Correct.
We got Derek Nottie, Byron Cowart, and Fedarian Mathis. So we
the one tech.
Yeah. Not a bad group, dude.
Still, listen, there's no the Cowart guy. There's no guaranteeing he makes the roster. I think I think you can probably assume that Nottie, Fedarian Mathis will make the roster. Listen, they're still the Jets are playing this. Listen, I'm not going to say they're having a slam dunk free agency, but what they're doing is they're playing smart here. There's still a lot of meat on the bone in terms of contracts that they can shed almost free of money, right?
Yeah, Michael Clemens is one.
Michael Clemens is one. $3.6 million you can free up. The kicker, what's his name? Why can't
Zerline?
Zerline. Another $3 million that they can free up right there. So there's still some money to be had. So I wouldn't assume the Jets are going to make many more moves before the end of May, where the comp pick doesn't come into it, and then they'll see what they'll see if the Keenan Allens or the I'm not suggesting him, but the Stephon Diggses of the world, those guys will still be available in the summer, and the Jets are still going to make some moves. I'm sure of that.
Look at this mean comment from Just a Guy. What is that? Why, you're not having fun? What's not fun? I wanted Ty Felton. That's what it usually is.
We traded out of the first round. You kidding me?
I hate it. I hate it. Come on, Just a Guy. Why ain't you having fun? Remember, it's like in certain circles, there's sayings, right? So in my world, there's lots of sayings. One thing is, if you're bothered, it's because you're botherable. If you're if nothing's fun, you're probably not saying it's about you. I'm just saying in general, just a guy. But if you're not having fun, it's probably because you're not fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things, like shifting your focus. Like if you're aggravated, it's because you're aggravatable. That's why.
That's right.
You're angry. It's because you're angerable.
Who won the poll, Bean?
I don't know. Let me see. Danny Stutzman cleaned it up this time. 76%. Right? Just a guy.
Welcome to the team.
Now he's having fun. There he goes.
So we got our last pick here, Bean.
Last pick. We're going to throw kicker up there. We're going to.
Ugh. Throw RJ Mickens up there, too.
RJ Mickens. Oh, yeah. Is what it is.
Go kicker, RJ Mickens, and Luke Lackey.
Yep.
Even though I like Conyers better. I know everyone else likes Lackey, so I'll defer.
All right, Luke Lackey, the tight end, and what? Show me the kickers.
I don't know any of these kickers.
Let's go with Ryan Fitzgerald. There he is.
All right.
It's funny because I talk about them all year. I haven't even really looked into the kickers. Usually I do, but I didn't, and I really want one. It's just funny. I'm only using the Sims at this point for the kickers. So the last poll is up, guys. This is it. If you want to vote, if you want to have fun, like just a guy saying, you got to have fun. The only way to do that is to get your votes in. Chris Bradigan wants a kicker. Jake wants a kicker. But I'll tell you what. These are good
This is the greatest comment. He needs to spend some more time scouting kickers. You're right.
Totally. Maybe he'd like them more, huh, Sodak? Look at this. Ricky New York says Ryan Fitzgerald was 100% on field goals and extra points last year, including a 59-yarder.
They kicked like 12 times. Florida State sucked.
Well, when you suck,
I'm kidding.
When the kicker actually gets more work, doesn't he? Yeah. But isn't that? But it's like that's why when like kickers are going to sign somewhere, you look at teams that can't figure out how to score fucking touchdowns, and you go kick. You know what I mean? All right, they're always
Yeah, the Jets actually brought in a kicker today for a workout. As a matter of fact. Mike Badgley.
Have the Jets met with any kickers?
In
in any of these visits?
Oh, I don't think so. But like I said, they brought in the veteran Mike Badgley today for a workout, who was in Detroit with Aaron Glenn. He just got hurt last year, so he was on IR last year.
They looked at Zerline and they're like, wait a minute. They kept him kicking for how long?
Yeah.
And then they didn't just cut him. They just.
Guys, I'm telling you this. I don't want to skew the voting, but if a kicker wins, this is my last Monday night mock ever.
Hey, Matthew Malavey says, or a Malavet. I like to say it that way. Tell me if I'm wrong. Keenan Allen would be great as a vet. I agree, but I don't think that. I just don't see them going that way.
Yeah, listen, I mean, truth be told, Keenan Allen might be one step closer to washed, but you like the veteran presence in a room that needs some help.
Yeah, that's like the reason. And, look, like you said, he's not what he was, but he can have some impact. But I think, on the field, but I think it'd more be about bringing in that
in the locker room. Yeah.
What do you think? Like last year, Devontae Adams, we had this team with Super Bowl dreams. And then like October, it's only October, we bring Devontae Adams in, and 1 week in, he's got to have a speech because the team is fucking lost.
You got to teach him how to win, right?
We were lost. All right, everybody. We're going to end this poll.
Who is it?
RJ Mickens.
Hey, I'm back, baby. I'm back next week.
55 votes. So 109 of you said, screw it, I'm not having fun.
They heard Mike Badgley was in camp today, and they said, we don't need no stinking kicker.
Yeah, Bradigan's pissed now. They like Greg Zuerlein's leadership. That's what it is, Oregon. Maybe that's what it is. We were actually talking about this, Stephen. We were talking about it. I forget what show we were doing it. Maybe the Thursday. We were talking about the idea of Elijah Moore. Wouldn't that be? I mean, look, it's a whole new regime. They don't know.
Regime, right? It's a whole new regime.
and he's out there. He had 55 catches or some shit last year.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, the guy that we were hoping to get, but he's not like he's washed. He has his impact. Let me see real quick. I forget. It might have been in the 60s. Let's see. He had 61 receptions for 538 yards and 1 touchdown. Let me see how many first downs he had. Was he like that?
How many catches did he have?
Wait a minute. He had 1 touchdown, but he had 25 first downs out of his. So he had 61 catches last year.
Wow.
I mean, granted, they're 8.8 yard average. So a lot of them were first downs. He was that third down guy, the outlet, which is not the worst thing. He just never I don't know. He'd never worked into that skill set that he has. Like the Jets, man, we had him for a couple years. He's clearly a guy to work the middle of the field out of the slot. We got him on the outside running fucking go routes at 5'8". You know what I mean? 5'10".
It would be interesting because it is a new regime, right? So maybe, just maybe. But it also tells you, like, Cleveland's as bad in the wide receiver room as we are right now.
Yeah,
right? They got Jerry Jeudy and nothing more, and they don't want him.
And they don't want him. Right. That says a lot. All right, guys. So we're going to take a look at our mock, and then we'll get your letter grades. Okay, guys? Let's take a look at this mock. Remembering the theme. The theme of the night was the Jets traded all the way out of the first. So let's see what we got done. Don't forget to add what we got next year, too, Dom, out of that trade.
Oh, that's right. We got a first, a second, and a fourth next year. We loaded up.
First, a second, and a fourth. And we got the extra fourth for Reddick looking like. We got another 7th for Conklin. All right.
We're trading up to number 1 next year if we need it.
Damn Skippy we are.
So here we go, guys. Second round, pick 36, wide receiver Jaden Higgins fills that big X boundary type receiver opposite Garrett Wilson.
Love it.
At 42, you bring in Ariante Ursary, dominant run blocker, very stout, very, very stout, very athletic for a 340-pound guy as well. Can play in that wide zone scheme that I'm assuming we're going to be running. The third second rounder, Mason Taylor, tight end extraordinaire from LSU.
Yeah, like him a lot.
Yeah, with our 73rd pick overall in the third round, we took Jalen Milroe. Nice depth piece, if nothing more. 88, we took safety Andrew Makuba from Texas. Pick 110, fourth round, Kyle Williams from Washington State to fill out the wide receiver room. Pick 145. There is Miles Frazier. There's your pipeline interior offensive lineman. Pick 162 is Ty Robinson. He's your backup 3 tech to Quentin Williams. Can offer you some depth. Do a little outside rushing, even if you in an odd man front if you wanted him to. At pick 186, finally, Danny Stutzman comes off the board. He was on the board from 110 down. GreenBean.
Yeah,
and we rounded it out with a cult favorite of the New York Jets fans in R.J. Mickens, Ray Mickens' son, to play safety. Fill that safety room up.
This is an interesting draft. So let's get our letter grades in. Let me back it up and see where you guys started. Tom R calling this one the Bougie 10. Right. I like it. I like it, Tom.
The Bougie 10.
Yeah, the Bougie 10. There you go. Ricky from New York getting us started with an A-.
Ricky likes his draft, man. So Ricky likes his draft player, his draft work. So
right. Ricky knows the stuff.
Minus, that's it. Yeah. I like that.
Bearded VT are checking in. B tonight, trading back for future picks to draft a quarterback in 26th and drafting Milroe just seems redundant to me a little bit. But maybe we don't. Look, Justin Fields balls out to the tune of 3,500 yards in the air, 600 on the ground.
Or how about this, Bearded VT? What if Milroe's a third rounder? We have no real ties to him. What if we do what the Patriots do with Joe Milton? Oh yeah, we'll shop it. You know, we're gonna go get Drew Allor or Garrett Nussmeier number 1 overall next year. So you want Milroe? we'll take a third rounder in 27.
That's right. You get it back. That's right. With a year of NFL programming and development under his belt. Nice.
Or he fills in for Breece Hall once
there you go. Right. Jimmy Jet says C+. Rover bet C-, 2 offensive heavy. That's what the doctor ordered for me. I could really go for a nice offensive draft, but I hear you, Rover. Sodak says B+, but Ursery is a short arm turnstile. Ooh.
I don't know about turnstile.
Yeah,
he's not short armed. He's not, he's not
Will Campbell.
Plus. He's 33 and a half. He's close enough.
Yeah. Oregon says B for the players, A+ for the fun. There you go. He's having a good time. Bradigan says tonight was a fun one, fellas. A+ with the fun, solid B+ with the draft jet up. Nice, Chris. All right. E-Boogie checking in. F because of the quarterback, but B- trade out of the first. Save it. And we'll drop this on Twitter tomorrow and compare it with Ryan and Tigo draft.
I've already emailed it to you.
Thank you. Hennessy Heisman checking in. Our buddy says B. Tom R with a B+. Scott Foster with a B. Donkersloot checking in with a B. Kent Freeman says it got a lot of dart throws. That should hit.
That's
great
an
value.
A.
Oh, A.
Got a lot of dart
Thank you. I was like, where's his grade? Thank you, Kent. Good. A. Matthew Malave says that's a B+ draft, better than Ryan's earlier. There you go.
I love it.
All right. Curly Norman says F for fun. There you go, Curly. 4Ps says B- in the deepest defensive class ever. You have to do better than Ty Robinson.
Okay, that's fair.
It is fair.
I could take that as fair criticism.
That is fair. Maybe the Jets shouldn't have done so much work in free agency at the deepest position, but who knows? But I get that's actually a very solid point. Makes a lot of sense. Irving Grady Jr. with a B, solid B+. Would have liked to double dip at tight end instead of the quarterback. I know. I'm missing a tight end on here too. I think that's what I'm seeing. That's glaring to me. Turkin says I've always enjoyed the mock. So A+. The mock draft result is a C-.
Oh, boo.
Year lower Milrose. Hey, right. That's actually a good point. A year developing on the Jets ruins your. Let's see. Now that's Jason Zayas with an A+. RB with a B+. A lot of solid players in capital next year. Just wish we got the defensive linemen sooner. Think about it, though. We got a first, a second, and a fourth for next year, too, in this draft, guys. Don't forget that.
Yep.
Like, that's big. Oregon Jets. Like, would you rather Ty Warren and no first, second, and fourth? Or would you rather Mason Taylor, a first, a second, and a fourth? You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about that kind of stuff. Anyway. Safe flight agreement. Oh, thank you, buddy. Eric Hojash with a B. Tom says I'd give it an A if the defensive tackle was taken over Milrow. Yeah, I hear you. So, Dom, what about you? What's your grade for this draft?
GreenBean, if we got this haul and the haul of draft picks for next year, it's hard to not give it an A. I mean that wholeheartedly. Doesn't matter about the players, but you filled tons of needs. You revamped the wide receiver room. You added depth on the offensive line, right? You can argue about the quarterback, this or that, but we had 10 picks. We had 2 extra picks. Why not use one of those and take a dart and throw it and see what happens? I think it's a fair assessment or argument about the defense. We didn't take any edge rushers at all.
No cornerbacks.
No cornerbacks. So we did take 2 safeties, which I like.
Did get 2 safeties, right?
Yeah. But I think if you end up like this in a year that there was no way to fill every hole, but now you filled 10 of them and have so much more ammunition for next year, I'd give it an A.
Nice. I'm going to agree with you. I have to. Number one, I am factoring in the fact that we have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 fourths next
3
year.
fourths with Reddick.
Right. 3 fourths next year. Think about that going into next year's draft because of the work that we did tonight. Just starting there. Then I'll go into I love Jaden Higgins.
Yep.
I really like Ursery. Again, maybe would I like a Trapillo more? Maybe, but I like Ursery. Mason Taylor is one of my favorite tight ends in the whole draft. Love it. Milrow, interesting, right? Like maybe there was other players there we could have taken, no doubt. But with getting the extra third, I think taking a shot at a guy that can, especially sitting for a year or two, can develop. He has uber skills. I don't hate that. It's my weak point of the draft. But Makuba, Kyle Williams I didn't know about, but sounds really good. I like really the second wide receiver, though. Miles Frazier, I like. Ty Robinson, Stutzman, and RJ Mickens. Like, this draft is insane. If this was real, again, adding to it a first, a second, and a fourth next year,
they would say it's a top. They would say it's a top 5 haul of all time.
Right. This is an unbelievable draft. Again, would I like this guy over that guy? Would I like Jamari Caldwell over? Yeah, sure. There's lots of guys that I was sad to see slide off the board. But come on. You know what I mean? And the first, second, and fourth, I think anything other than an A from me is very difficult to pull together. I would be elated with this draft. That said, Ron P is the newest member of the channel. Thank you for jumping aboard for the Stream Beaner membership there, Ron. I really appreciate the support. Let's go ahead and give away the Mando deodorant, everybody. So let's see. How many? I got 17 tonight. So this is what we'll do. Let's go ahead and get the make it nice and easy with the random number generator here. Let me share this guy. Share this script. Wait, what am I doing? There it is. Okay. All right. The random number generator. We'll put in the number 17 here. And we'll generate number 15. Who's that? That is Matthew Malave. You win the Mando deodorant. Again, only used 2 times by GreenBean. And again, I want to thank Mando, all natural deodorant. Guys, I'm personally using, like legitimately really using the spray, which I haven't done since my 20s, maybe. Maybe it was Right Guard. I don't know. But I'm loving this stuff. So great brand. And you guys can save quite a bit. I'll show you this right here. Let me get that off. Thank you again, Ron. Use GreenBean to save 40%. That's $5 off of your starter pack. That's 40% off the whole pack. You get all the good stuff, and you can get started with your Mando excursion here. So thank you to Mando for hanging out with us all night. And Dom, that's the end of our mock, buddy.
That's the end of it, huh?
That's the end. Yeah, and GreenBean's got to try to squeeze in 3 hours of sleep, get in a car, drive to Richmond, and fly down to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow morning. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale before 9 a.m.
Well, I hope you, I know you said you're going for business, but I hope you get some relaxation while you're at it. You'll be gone, so and I won't be here Thursday, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull my. I just realized it right before this stream that Thursday I'm flying out at 9. So I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to cancel the Thursday thick of it.
Okay.
Maybe I do an earlier one. I don't know. But you're out anyway.
I'm out this week anyway. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, thank you to Matthew Malave. He ninjas Ron P. I'm going to say Ron P. and Matthew are the newest members of the Stream Beaner fan club here. Thank you guys so much for the support. Enjoy your super chats, your emojis, and content. That's only for you guys. But hey, you guys are the best. I want to remind you to support Dom C's channel. The link is in the description of this very video. I want to remind you about our sponsor. The link is at the top of the description. Use the promo code GreenBean to get that discount. And I also want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe right here at GreenBean Jetsfan and hit the like button on your way out, everybody. Thank you, David Bruce. Top of the morning to you, buddy. Have a great day over there in Scotland. And with that all said, we're going to leave now and wish you a fine rest of your evening. Have a great night. Where is it, Dom? There it is. and we'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool
Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Hello. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D.
Milner.
Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.